I have to confess something. I'm not a fan of Van Gogh, but living here in the Netherlands, between the canals and the North Sea, the world's largest nautical events, and the constant rain, Dutch people love water more than anything else. I had to ask myself, why Van Gogh? And how this outcast in art and life became the world's most famous Dutch painter. I wanted to find it out, and I needed to find it out. So I stepped into his shoes and I tried painting in the style of Van Gogh. I will show you this painting, and I will also tell you how I tried to uncover the mystery of Van Gogh and what I know now. So why Van Gogh? What's his deal? So Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, this old Dutch favorite, and I hope I generalize here. When I started digging deep into the mystery of Van Gogh, just to figure out his genius and to maybe even fall in love with him and his style, I thought right away that I should paint something that I see every day. I asked myself, what would he paint if he would live today? Is it the potato eaters, people in the cafes? Or is it sunflowers, the cypresses, which we don't have here? Yeah, if he would live today, he would probably paint outcasts, the rejected ones. He would probably go to the red light district, and he would be a regular there, I'm pretty sure. But since I don't go there, and I don't go very often to the cafes to eat potatoes, so I thought I should paint something that is very, very Dutch to me personally. And what is it? If you're in Amsterdam, you cannot miss one thing. You cannot miss water. Canals are everywhere. When I step out of my house, there's a canal, and there's a spot I go to pretty much every morning to have my coffee when I'm walking my dogs. It's this bench here. Look, it's so peaceful and quiet here in the morning. The city itself is pretty noisy. Yesterday, and I'm not kidding, yesterday I went to a cemetery to record a video because I thought it should be quiet and peaceful there. But now it was noisy as well. I was gonna say it was noisy as hell, but I hope, hope not. So anyway, there's this bench I go to almost every morning, and I thought I should paint this bench with water. The interesting thing about watering Van Gogh's paintings is that he didn't. It was, it was not his subject really, but he painted it, and he painted water every time he was about to move from one place to another. And the meaning of water, as we would say now, to him was the escape, the freedom and escape. When he felt, I would think that when he felt, repressed, and when it was not enough space for him where he lived, he felt like he had to go away. And he did it, and he was very, according to the books I'm reading, he was very spontaneous in his decisions. When he decided something, he would do it right away, without thinking. So if he would decide to go away, he would go away. To see water in Amsterdam, you don't have to go far. You just have to walk around the city. But I did an extra something. First of all, I went to the Gogh Museum to see the paintings of Van Gogh with water. There are not many of them, but there are some. It's never about stillness or clarity when it comes to painting water. What I found interesting when I looked at the brush strokes he made, they are short and very dynamic, and also some very unexpected colors you can see in water. So this is what I've seen in a museum, but I've also seen some paintings I kind of like Potato Eaters or this gloomy house. Yeah, this was my visit to the museum to experience the water. I went to the North Sea. At the shore. It was beautiful, just amazing. I should paint a separate painting with the North Sea. It's beautiful at any time of the year. And I also went to see, and it was a bit of a surprise to me as well. I went to see the Sail 2025. It's the largest world's nautical event in Amsterdam. A lot of boats, and it's like a boat festival. International, this ride along the canals in Amsterdam, it was beautiful. So when I started painting my little painting in the style of Van Gogh, I realized that I made two major mistakes. Mistake number one was that I paint in the style of the late Van Gogh, in the style of the French Van Gogh, because Dutch Van Gogh would paint very dark. And it's another interesting thing about Van Gogh that I found out that his palette, his color palette changed dramatically when he moved. Well, he was born in the Netherlands, then he moved to Belgium, then he came back to the Netherlands. He started painting and drawing very late in his life for an artist when he was, I think he was 28. His artistic career is only, what, 9 years. When he moved from the Netherlands to France, first to Paris, his color palette changed. And it changed even more when he moved from Paris to southern France. It became bright, it became strong on saturation. While here in the Netherlands, his paintings were dull and beautiful, but dull and brown, dark, even black. Look at this Potato Eaters. I love this painting. This is one of my favorite paintings, but it's so dark. And this house, look at this painting. It's so gloomy. And the mistake number two was that I picked a small canvas to make bigger brush strokes, juicy, with a lot of paint. You need a bigger surface of canvas to place them beautifully. You know, on my small canvas, it just sometimes didn't work out, and I had to pick up the smaller brushes. Yeah, during this my personal research of Van Gogh, I asked myself, what was the turning point in history that from nobody he became almost everything in art? Who made him Van Gogh? Who made him famous? And why is it that during his lifetime he sold only, what, one, two, three, four paintings and drawings? And but after his death, he became the world's most famous Dutch painter. And it was all because of Johanna Bogner, the one person who believed in his talent. That's what the books tell us. The real turning point for Van Gogh and his art was not just one single moment, but it was a chain reaction. Starting with Joanna Bogner. She was the wife of his brother. Van Gogh dies of a wound shot, and then a couple of months later, his brother dies of syphilis, and his brother supported him all his life. His brother's wife, she inherited hundreds of Van Gogh's canvases and his letters. I don't know, maybe she had different motives. Maybe it was a purely financial thing. I don't know, we don't know it. But this romantic story of her believing in him, I like it. Then came the modernists who paid attention to his technique and his style. And then slowly, the public was drawn to this strong combination of his unique style and his tragic story of the suffering genius. But you know what? Van Gogh was not the only one wild colorist of his time. There were others too, his contemporaries, and they are good as well. Look at Emile Bernard or Isaac Israels. I love them. Yeah, these artists, they were respected locally, but not mythologized internationally. From what I understand, is Van Gogh was the only one who consistently and radically pushed this unique style and technique. They did not. He never abandoned his expressive style, but they did. And now he is mythologized, and they're not. So his tragic story, poverty, madness, the early death, made him a romantic icon. It might be a recipe for all artists. If you want to be successful, if you want to be acknowledged and successful, then you have to be consistent in what you do. You have to have the madness and the passion with which you do it, and you have to have at least one person who believes in you. Now I finished the painting, kinda, and I'll show you this painting. This is my French Van Gogh style. You know, to paint water, you have to know water, and to paint the sea, you have to know the sea. That's why this week I went so many times to see water. I went to the sea, I went to see the sails, I went to walk along the canals, and it was beautiful. And water, I don't know, water calms me down. If for Van Gogh, water was something about the escape, and to me it's more about freedom, more about being yourself, being free. To answer the question, why Van Gogh, why not some other painter, it's all about the consistency. He is the one who kept doing what he wanted to do, and no matter what, if he was selling or not, he would just paint what he wanted to paint. This is what I want to learn from him as well. I want to do what I like to do. One of his sayings is, I dream a painting, and when I wake up, I paint a dream. I want to do the same thing.